Welcome back everyone. As most of you guys know, iOS 14.1 has just came out and we're going to go ahead and take a look at it on none other than the iPhone 7. Now this phone is a legendary phone because every time I update a software on it, it usually breaks up, but this time it hasn't. It's been a smooth sail on iOS 14. Now iOS 14.1 came out to a size at about 300 and something megabytes on almost all my devices. So as you can see, 320 megabytes pretty much. On my other phones, it was pretty much the same exact case too, except for my iPhone 7 Plus, which was weird. I don't know why I took these photos. Now, iOS 14.1 is a bug fix update. It's not supposed to be here and, knock your socks off with the amount of features and stuff. That was iOS 14. Now, 14.0.1 and 14.1 have been bug fix updates for the most part. So if you're expecting to see a ton of features and everything, it's probably not going to come in this update. Maybe 14.4 or something like that. We'll see another feature added. But I'm glad Apple is sticking down and really fixing these bug fixes and fixing the bugs, not bug fixes. Now, some of these bug fixes aren't really relevant to the iPhone 7. Like the first one, it adds support for 10-bit HDR video playback and editing. Now, you would need an iPhone 8 or newer to do that. On the iPhone 7, unfortunately, we're not capable of doing that. Maybe it's a big deal to you. I really don't care that much. Now, there were some issues with widgets, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more that come up. And basically, if you went ahead and tried to drag a widget over to your main panel, or you try to do, try to move them around, sometimes that could actually remove your apps from the main screen and put it into app library. So that was a very weird thing. I don't think it happened to me, but I did see like my Snapchat get here, and I didn't really remember putting it here. So that was kind of weird. So maybe it happened, but Apple went ahead and fixed that if that was actually the case. And there were some times where your widgets may not be, proponent to the size. So maybe the size of the widgets would be weird or they'd be all over the place. So that is actually technically fixed now with iOS 14.1. It may still happen, but they kind of addressed it there. Now the Mail app got some bug fixes as well. So if you have the Mail app and you use it all the time, it's been addressed that there's some bug fixes there, which is finally good. Seems like every update we have something fixed there. The Files app got a little bit of a bug fix too. So some cloud management stuff, if you were in that specific pool of people, that is now fixed now. There were some Apple Watch app fixes too. And really for the most part, it was just like a bunch of bug fixes. I'm sure you guys don't really care at this point. Now I did run a benchmark, which you guys might care about more. And I had 750 as my single core score and 1,332 as my multi-core score. And I think those are pretty reasonable scores. It's a little bit lower than my iPhone 8, which is expected. And as you can see, on that one, I had a little bit, I guess, just a multi-core score of 3,048, which is weird. Oh, there we go. I was on the wrong one. So at 717 single core, 1397 as my multi-core, and the single core went up. The multi-core score went down a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit, but still totally okay. It's still going to be a fast phone for sure. So should you go ahead and install iOS 14.1 on the iPhone 7, I can tell you that personally, every time, for the most part, a couple years ago, even last year, anytime I updated my iPhone 7, I would have probably ran into issues. And this year has been an exception with iOS 14.1, even iOS 14. I haven't really had too many issues. I think the stability is expected. It's not going to be the most stable version. You're going to run into problems. And if you're using an iPhone 7 as a daily device, most probably you're going to run into some issues here and there. But installing it and throughout my use, I think it's actually been a pretty decent ride. So if you have iOS 14 or iOS 14.0.1, going to iOS 14.1 may be the best choice for you currently if you're on iOS 14. But if you're on iOS 13, like I've stated before, I would probably recommend staying there for a little bit longer. You don't have to stay there forever, but staying there for a little bit longer will end up getting you a better performance and just better stability overall. I feel like one of the biggest complaints that the iPhone 7 has gotten, and even all the other phones on iOS 14, has pretty much been the battery life. A lot of people are complaining about it, rightfully so, and it looks like that'll probably be fixed with iOS 13.7. So staying with iOS 13 is probably the better way to go, but if you're already on iOS 14, going to 14.1 is probably the best way to go in terms of that. So that really pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that means so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.